I have two things we'll open. This is a lot of old candy, a group of old candy. These are actually some baseball cards, pretty thick envelope there. So let's get in here first. This is our bread and butter, right? Old candy items. Last week I got in candy wrappers. These aren't terribly old, but 19 years old, pretty old, I guess. But yeah, this was really cool. Still haven't really processed it. It's just been sitting over here. But yeah, really controversial in my mind. It wasn't controversial during the time. I don't think. I don't remember much about it. But yeah. And oh yeah, Bubble Burgers pulled that gem last week as well. Let's get in here. This is a pretty big one. Paid a good amount for it. Over $100 for this candy lot. That's what happens when you get into things that are in this 70s and those early 80 times that I've talked about before. It's sort of this dead period. Let's look at it. Here it is. We'll get all these out. First thing I'm noticing is condition is not the best at all. There's some extreme fading on these, but that's one of them right there. My goodness. There's no choice. We'll have to get it out first. Guys, this is one of the first appearances. I think it is the first appearance of Now and Later chocolate from around 1984. Sorry, looking for a date. Out of all the candy lines, Now and Later is one of the rarest ever. The reason is what you're looking at right now. Look how brittle the cello is. You guys remember when we were kids and we opened these? These fucking wrappers tore immediately. And they're almost non-existent in today's world. You cannot find these anywhere. In almost 20 years of collecting, I only have 4 of these. This is the 4th. And this one happens to be extremely rare chocolate. I've never seen another one anywhere. I was worried that this was faded. This is not faded at all. This is how it looked. Okay. There is some candy stain. I could sit here for the next hour and tell you how rare this is. It's not going to make any difference. You're just going to have to trust me. Go find a Now and Later. Go find a Now and Later from the 80s right now. I'll give you $2,000. Go find one anywhere. You're just not going to find one because they're almost impossible to save. Even sealed, they're almost impossible to save. You would have to live in one of the northern states because here in the South, these would have been ruined anyway, even if you tried to save one since the 80s. The dates on these particularly land in the mid 80s. This is one of the leaf ones. Before this, I'm sorry, I'm rambling a lot, but this is a huge deal for me. These were first made by Phoenix Candy out of Brooklyn, New York. But along the way, Leaf, I guess, bought the license or whatever. Wow. I wish I had grabbed my other Now and Laters now that I think about it. I could have just showed you. Maybe another day I'll pull out the other 3 or whatever it is and show you what I have. This is a shame. This is a first edition Push Pop. It's in terrible condition. Even the clip is snapped off. But this is one of the original ones, or the original one from 85. Hold on. Let me not put my foot in my mouth. Yeah, there it is. 85. It could have been an 88. It could have been, then it skips to 91. Then it skips to 93. A Push Pop is one of my specialties. Yeah, I'm obsessed with them. Let's get these out of the way. Now, these are pretty common. But here's the deal on these. These are the original ones. You almost never see the original ones. You see all the rebooted Clove, Blackjack, and Beeman chewing gums because they brought them back. It wasn't just once. They brought them back, I think, like 3 times and rebooted this chewing gum line. But these are the originals. And this one even has, they have timestamps on them. And I'm sure I had the originals already, but I don't usually get these in to put in my store. So I'm really excited to finally have some originals to sell to people. This could be from 1992. I'll have to look. I'm going to have to study them, but these are the original. That's what's really cool about these. Even though these are common, the original ones are not common like those. And let's get these. These are kind of duds. They're only duds because of the condition. I actually did not have these. Actually, this side, they actually work on this side, so I'm pretty happy with this. I do. This is one of my categories as well. This is small carton bubblegum novelties. These have been made. Well, they started making these in 1981. Topps had the first idea, or at least they put it out in 1981 with, I'm spacing on the name of the candy line, even though I see them every day. But this is one of the knockoffs made by B International. I did not have these, and I saw in the lot that they were extremely faded. Look how faded it is. You can tell how the bottom's brighter, but this side is fine. I mean, it's a little, maybe a tad faded. So yeah, I'm really happy about that these will actually end up being keepers. I also thought they were stained, but they're just discolored, like they'll need to be cleaned. I mean, there's some obvious staining there, but they're definitely, who cares? They're really old. The dates on something like this, they're actually 80s too, probably late 80s. The last thing I think is what drove the price. Oh, look at that. There's our clip that snapped in transit. You know, this guy is filled. I mean, I can try to open it. No, I can't open it. It's cemented shut, but it's full. You can tell by where the push pop is in the container. It's at the bottom because there's candy right here. If they're empty, typically this has slid to the front because someone ate the fucking lollipop. You know that you push this up as you eat it. So this one obviously is one of the sealed ones. So it still had value, but look at that. But anyway, these two things I think actually drove up the price of this lot more than anything. Well, I mean, this was the big thing, but these were the kickers. You do not see these a lot. I do have one of these in the collection. I'll start with the one that I have. I'm going to have to peek though real quick. I'm going to turn the camera. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, because I don't have the other one handy to show you for comparison. Yeah, so I had this one already. It's in a box somewhere. These are gummy Chevys. So basically the gummies are in the shape of, you know, the cars. I don't know the date on these. I want to say, if I had to guess, you know, early 90s. Now, the Foreign Candy Company, who's also the maker of Warheads, are really good at dating, but for whatever reason, they didn't date their Chevy gummies, unfortunately. Maybe I can find them online sometime. Maybe it's down here, actually. It's not. Okay, but anyway, that's really cool. I'll be selling this in my eBay store. I'm going to be asking a pretty nice price for it because I need to try to get some of the money back. But this is the one I've actually never seen or owned. Check it out. Gummy Corvettes. That's really cool. Yeah, I've actually been to the Corvette Museum in Kentucky. That's really good. So that was really nice. I thought I'd open some trading cards. I do this on occasion. This isn't my focus, so I don't usually make videos just of trading cards. I like to tack them on at the end. But anyway, here we go. Yeah, I'm on quite a little run here with incoming candy lots and stuff. I've got stuff sitting right here. I don't want to open that right now. We're gonna wait to another day, but that's not even all. There's even more coming in the mail. So be on the lookout for more candy bangers. All right, these are just some supplies I needed. All right, let's start with these first, I guess. Yeah, I fuck around with trading cards. Yeah, so I have the 84 Donruss set, or most of it, and so these are some cards that were missing from my set. I forgot I even ordered these. It's that time of year, though, you know, with baseball getting into full swing. Yeah, and this is just a puzzle set that I needed to add to my set. It wasn't included when I originally bought it. Actually, I bought the set thinking it was, you know, complete, but I guess some kid took out a few cards and stuff back in the day. Guys, I think we will open this one. This is kind of a small one as well. Really obscure. It actually kind of fits in time-wise with this stuff. So yeah, this makes sense. Let's go ahead and just get this one open too. I can't open the box though because that needs to be its own live stream. This is something I've never seen before in this format. So what this is, while I'm getting this thing open, let me just get you a good preliminary image. So this falls into Florida souvenir novelties, candy novelty. I collect candy, candy novelties. So throughout the 70s, and I don't know when it started. I just know when I was a kid, when we go to go to fucking Florida. I was just there last week. We'd stop at the Welcome Center like I did last week, and they would have, wow, look at this. They would have these little gumballs. And over the years, they would put the gumballs in all kinds of different formats. One of my favorite ones of all time, which I actually think this is my new favorite, but they had a wood crate, and it's about this big. I have several in the collection. They put them in wood crates, and they had these little orange gumballs in them. They also made a tin bucket, which I also have in the collection. I should have got the shit out. Sorry about that. They made a tin bucket, like an apple bucket, for oranges. They also made some in cartons, like these. There's a Florida souvenir bubblegum carton out there. I have those too, somewhere. And they also made these bags, sort of like this. They had a header, but they had the gumballs and a net. You know how oranges come in those netting, the green netting? So they made those. Those are really cool too. I have some of those somewhere. But I'd never seen this form, and this is the pouch form. This is the drawstring pouch form. This is in line with Topps Gold Rush, all kinds of fucking bubblegum pouch lines. So cool, man. Yeah, no dating, a little generic. I definitely recognize this orange graphic right here. So I'm going to have to pull out all my Florida souvenir novelty bubblegums and see which one this aligns with. The most common one is with the company called Lenny Sells out of Miami, who was really active around 1990. Anyway, no one knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, very cool. Let's do a little wrap up here. Got some filler for this random set of baseball cards. I'm obsessed, or especially when I was a kid, I was obsessed with the 84 Donruss. I mean, look at him. That Don Mattingly is to die for. But anyway, these came in. First, let's get these out of the way. These are the original ones. These are the old ones. I don't know the exact date, but these are the ones from when we were a kid. Not that I chewed this stuff. I went for the Hubba Bubba, just like you did, and the Bubblicious, right? We weren't into this square stuff. These bangers came into horrible condition, but there's at least a good side on both of them that I can display. But these are the B Internationals, the copycats from Topps. Got these in from Black Forest, which is just a random candy line name for their gummies from the company Foreign Candy Company. Horrible name for a company. This is the one Tops item, which is one of my specialties, Tops and Push Pops. But this is one of the original ones, as ugly and bad condition as it is. This is an 85 first edition Push Pop. It's broken. We got this bad boy in. Date undetermined, probably early 90s though, if I had to guess. Late 80s, early 90s, what's the point of differentiating between them, to be honest? I mean, we're only talking a few years there, or whatever. You know, childhood era, right? This is our childhood era. Sometimes I'll say high school era as well. That's kind of like mid-90s. Anyway, this would be from childhood era. And then, speaking of childhood era, this bad boy, one of the best things I pulled all year. This might actually be better than the entire Bubble Burger box from last week, to be honest. That's how rare this is. Possibly one of one. But I'm just speculating. Well, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I've got a candy box sitting over here that I just want to save for its own video. It's worth it. And some other shit coming in as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And Russ Van out. Let's pull out this bangers one last time. Give you a money shot right here. Actually, okay.